every chance we get, she's like, listen, if there's ever a doubt, pull the plug. That's a weird thing to write in my birthday card, but I will take it. I quit smoking recently. Thank you, one person. That's fine. I'm better than all of you. I know some of you guys are looking at me like, what kind? Tall and skinny could be cigarettes, but long hair from Seattle, definitely weed. It's weed. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, my dad got throat cancer, and at first I was like, well, Snoop Dogg hasn't had a cancer scare yet, I should be fine. And then my dad died, and I was like, well, shit, I'm not related to Snoop Dogg. So, this doesn't end well for me. I'm still getting high. I switched to edibles. It's okay, yeah. It's kind of like wearing condoms. You know? It doesn't feel the same, and, you know, it takes longer to work, but hopefully it stops me from dying. Yeah. My dad had cancer for over 3 years. I didn't quit smoking immediately. I was like cutting back for a while, and then we were on a family vacation. I took a bunch of mushrooms. I didn't tell anybody. And we went to see Wicked in the movie theater. So I was like, well, that's what this is made for. So we're in the theater. It's my brother, his 2 kids, my dad, and I. And halfway through the movie, my brother's 8-year-old is bored and tired, so she wants to leave. So my brother scoots out, and he goes, hey, you're in charge of getting everyone home. Shit, you were supposed to be my chaperone. So it was a scary moment, because I was like, oh, we got a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old cancer patient, and a dude high on mushrooms. So with our powers combined, luckily, we made it. My dad knew how to call an Uber, and the 10-year-old knew what a Nissan Altima looked like. Because we tell her all the time, like, do not get in a Nissan Altima. If a windowless van pulls up, fine. But if you see a Nissan Altima with a pink mustache, that's a sex offender for sure. So we get in Uber, and the guy's trying to make small chat, you know, he's like, oh, how's your night going? I was like, the trees have faces. And he's like, I'm gonna turn the radio on. I don't know why Uber drivers want to talk the whole time. Like, I get it's lonely on the road, but just give me 11 minutes of peace, please. I had an Uber driver give me his business card one time. It was like, I got a book on Amazon, you should check it out later. I was like, dude, I don't want to hear your stories now. We'll go on later. If you were that good of an author, you wouldn't be driving for Uber. So that tells me your book is shitty. So anyway, we get to the hotel, and you know, the 10-year-old, she gets to her hotel room. My dad goes, hey, I need help putting on my lidocaine patches, little pain patches for his back. So he's like, can you come help me? And he takes his shirt off, and he's got all these gnarly scars and lumps and tumors and tubes sticking out. And I've seen my dad with his shirt off, but never on mushrooms. So everything's moving around and bulging out, and I was like, oh, that's my future! I think there's a misconception about drugs, because I don't think you have these epiphanies or like these profound thoughts on drugs or because of drugs. I think the profound thoughts are in you the whole time, but the drugs help block out taxes. Yeah. It's April, by the way, so start getting those spreadsheets ready. Put the blunt down. So, I don't know. I was scared of them for a long time, and then once I did it, I was like, oh, that's not that bad. It's just like it's like pure empathy, because like, I love my parents all the time, but I really only told them when I was on drugs. So, my dad's name is Bob Rivers. I don't know if anyone knew about him. He was a radio host in Seattle for 25 years. He was a songwriter. He wrote parody songs. He's like Weird Al, but funny. And, big Weird Al fans. Fuck you guys. Yeah, he was actually inducted into the Radio Broadcasting Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Which are pretty, yeah. You guys are like, that fucking exists? I can't imagine trying to explain to my kids someday, like, your grandpa used to be famous. Wow. How many TikTok followers did he have? Actually, he's in the Radio Hall of Fame. What's a radio? Honestly, I don't know either, but I've heard it was like TikTok with longer videos. Wow, they had 6-second videos when you were a kid, even longer. It's cool. My dad was a radio host, and my uncle's a musician, my brother's a director, my cousin's an actor, I'm a comedian. So it's refreshing to know that like a regular job just wasn't possible with this DNA. Well, I'm not a failure, it's just bad genetics, you know. But I get jealous of my family members' careers sometimes, because like my uncle's a musician. When he gets sad, he can just write a sad song. When I'm sad, I don't get to write a sad joke. I do all the time, but it's an accident. Crowds fucking hate it. I'm like, I'm grieving. They're like, make that shit funny. And then we come out. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out because I got like 10 more minutes of dead dad jokes. And I need you to laugh. This only happened a month ago, and yeah, this job doesn't come with health insurance, so you are my therapy tonight. I wonder why we all die so young. Sad joke. Shit. I knew it. Yeah, my dad was only 68 when he passed, which just sucks. He was so young, you know, like he's not even old enough to run for president at that point. Sad joke, but also fun. You know? I noticed whenever I told people my dad had cancer, if it was a young person, they always go, oh, I'm so sorry. And if it was an old person, they always go, what were his symptoms? Because young people are like, I'm going to live forever. And old people are like, I'm going to die tomorrow. And people in their 40s are like, do you think this beam will hold? Not for all of us, but it's tough having a sick parent because I had to take care of him sometimes. It was a real role reversal when I was a kid because he used to have to sit me down and be like, don't get in the van, the guy doesn't have candy. And then every time I call him, I'd be like, don't give out your social security number over the phone. It's my money suit, I need it. I'm in Tacoma, it's not going well. My dad was on the radio in Seattle for 25 years, and then he retired, and he moved to Vermont. He just wanted to get away from show business, and then he got sick, and he realized, like, I should be closer to hospitals and electricity. So they chose Vegas, which I never thought of Vegas as, like, a hospital town. I mean, for sure, if I had a rash, I'd be like, there's a specialist. I need to go see him. I guess it's hard to find a good cancer doctor, because you don't want the guy who's, like, too available. And like, I had a cancellation tomorrow. Come on in. Nah, I'm gonna keep looking. But Vegas is cool because, you know, there's lots of father-son bonding activities, comedy shows, concerts, strip clubs, lots of bonding activities. And, my dad would call me up like, dude, you want to take edibles and go to the Sphere? I was like, when did you become my best friend? My dad was actually sober for 40 years before he got sick, so he still felt a little sheepish about weed gummy once a week, but it was the only thing that helped with some of the side effects. But like early on, we found a bag of edibles in his car. He got super defensive. He was like, no, it's for my nausea. Shut up, it's prescription. I was like, who's your doctor? Dr. Dre? It's fine. Dad, I'm not judging you. I'm trying to bond with you. We finally have hobbies in common. Let's talk about it. Do you want to trade brands? Is there anything else you want to try? Hey, Dad, I got this bag of mushrooms. You're about to meet God. Don't you want to call him first? Get out the body. the last couple months he became my sugar daddy. Yeah, he started paying my electric bill for the last couple months of his life, which is another reason I didn't want him to die yet. Let's keep this shit going. This might be another one of the sad jokes, but I don't know if you know this, Washington is one of the only states where you're allowed to have a death with dignity, which means if you're a terminally ill person and the pain becomes too much, you can sort of go out on your own terms. But you have to be a resident of Washington to do it. And my parents lived in Nevada, which is where old people hide their money. So one way to establish residency is to have your name on a bunch of bills. So yeah, my dad was basically keeping my lights on in case he wanted to turn his off. That's an awkward conversation to have with my dad. I was like, are you sure you don't want to pay my rent also? I don't even know how close you're going to check this. That thing's above board here. Turns out it's really hard to schedule your own death. Because when you're that sick, anything can take you out, like a cold or a flu or even a hoax. Okay. Yeah, we get it. Yeah, so like, shit, what's the next? Yeah, so by the time we called like the hospice nurse, it was too late. Like, you know, shit. No, they have like a whole interview process where they're like, we're gonna interview you over the next 2 weeks to see if you're eligible to die. And my dad literally goes, good luck keeping me alive for 2 weeks. But it's this weird process where you have to convince the nurse that you're like close enough to death that you might as well, but that you're well enough to make the decision with a sound mind, and that you're not just a little sad for the day. So they have to like interview. They're like at his bedside, going like, "Have you ever thought about killing yourself, or tried to hurt yourself, or attempted to hurt yourself and stopped, or planned to?" And my dad goes, "Not until I called you." That's amazing. He's dying and killing at the same time. Who else gets to kill from their deathbed? Like that's, I mean, maybe Joe Biden with a drone strike, but limited content. But even though he was ready to die, he was still hoping for more and like optimistic. Like he was on his deathbed. He was like planning concerts for a month away. He was like, "No, the Eagles are coming back to the Sphere in April. We should go." I was like, "Dad, I don't know how to tell you this, but you're about to see the Beatles. The good ones, at least." But he would take phone calls with friends, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I'll call you back in a couple days when I feel better." And he even ordered more medication the day before he died. So if anyone needs Vicodin, just meet me in the alley. Hell yeah. All right. In the alley? Yeah. Or, I mean, it's a small room. We can do it here.